Yes, in part 1 and part 2, we have seen what is meant by emotional intelligence, evaluation of its theory, which are the scientists who has given theory of its development, its importance. Now, in this part, we will see that how emotional intelligence helps in improving our social skills, which is the most important part of any societal work where you want to get success. So, emotional intelligence gives effective tactics for persuasion. It increases communication, that sending clear and convincing message to the people to whom we are reacting. Obviously, if you are emotionally intelligent, the qualities of leadership gets inculcated within yourself and you start inspiring people and guiding them. You are initiating and managing the changes. So you work as a catalyst in the system. How it helps in conflict management? You start negotiating and resolving the disagreements among the people or among the worker. How it helps in building the bonds? It's nurturing the instrumental relationship. Collaboration and cooperation with others who are working at workplace for the same goals. Now, all these qualities will increase your team capabilities, increases group synergy in pursuing collective goals to achieve, to work hard to achieve success in your aim. There are four dimensions of emotional intelligence. I had already tell you that Salovey and Mayer are the father of this science, emotional intelligence. They has given four dimensions, major dimensions of emotional intelligence, which are perceiving emotions, using emotions to facilitate thought, understanding emotion, and fourth is managing emotion. So perceiving emotions means pursue, appraise and express your emotions. Second is use emotions to facilitate cognitive processes. Third one is understanding. Understanding Understanding helps to understand the complex emotional information and how emotions are linked with the relationship among the people who are at work and managing. Manage emotions to promote emotional, intellectual and personal growth. So these are the four main dimensions of emotional intelligence which helps you at workplace or helps you achieve success in your career. The first dimension, perceiving emotions, relates to being aware of and recognizing other people's status. That is, recognize their physical and mental status and give your reaction accordingly. Identifying emotions in other people, expressing one's own emotions and needs accurately and appropriately, and distinguishing between accurate, honest feeling and inaccurate, dishonest feelings. Using emotions to facilitate thought involves redirecting and prioritizing your thinking based on the feelings associated with those thoughts, generating emotions that will facilitate better judgment and memory, capitalizing of mood changes so you can appreciate multiple points of view, and using emotional states to improve your problem solving skills and creativity. Now, understanding emotions. Understanding emotions is the dimension of emotional quotient that includes understanding the relationship among various emotions, perceiving the cause of consequences of emotions, understanding complex feelings and contradictory states, and understanding the transition among emotions. And the final dimension is managing emotions, which is a very important dimension. Refers to being open to both pleasant and unpleasant feelings. You should be stable. It will not happen in the life always that you will come to know about all the things which you like. There may be something that you didn't like, but you should be stable. Monitoring and reflecting on your emotions, engaging, prolonging, or detaching from emotional status, and managing the emotions both within and yourself is the fourth dimension of emotional intelligence. Now we will see the trait emotional intelligence. For the quick refresher on traits versus states, see the description given by the scientist below. State is a temporary thought, patterns, oblique feelings, or behaviors that are circumstantial and highly dependent on the environment as well as the individual's personality. This is state. And what is trait? Trait is a permanent or semi-permanent thought, pattern, or feelings or behaviors that are consistent, long-lasting, and relatively stable characteristics that are much more dependent on personality of that environment. So based on these descriptions, we can see that emotional intelligence generally falls on the trait side of the state trait continuum. Although our emotional intelligence and our emotional quotient, related skills and abilities can certainly vary based on our circumstances. For example, one could be more highly emotionally intelligent in personal relationship than in work situation or vice versa. However, emotional intelligence is most commonly considered a trait. Sticking with the trait conceptualization of emotional intelligence, let's dive a little deeper into what makes something high in emotional quotient. So there are 29 examples by which the characterization of emotional intelligence which takes place. And according to Rath Power, there are 7 qualities of a best person who is emotional intelligent. The first quality is they aren't afraid of change. Means what? They are always ready to accept the change. Second is they are self-aware. They know what they are good at what and what they can work on and what kind of environment suits them best. Third one is they are empathetic. They can easily relate the others and understand what they are going through. Next one is they are committed to quality but understand that perfection is an impossibility standard. Next one is they are balanced and able to have healthy professional and personal life. Next, they are curious and open-minded and they love to explore the possibilities. And last one is they are gracious, grateful and happy. So these are the 7 best qualities of a emotionally stable people. On the contrary, we will see what are the qualities of a people who are not emotionally stable. These are they have lesser, the people who are weak in who are weak emotionally, they have lesser focus and don't get distracted easily. They are easygoing and go with the flow. They are open minded and amendable to new changes. So here we will stop. Here we end up the third part of our presentation. Thank you.